Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited. DeLand Airport planning landing fees beginning in October. ANN is on its way to the Midwest Sport-Aviation Expo. NASA finalizes cut from upcoming SpaceX Crew-9 mission. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. DeLand Airport planning landing fees beginning in October. The City of DeLand, Florida will vote on whether to give final approval to a plan to begin charging landing fees at the DeLand Municipal Airport, KDED. If the plan is approved, the landing fees will go into effect October 1st, 2024, and will apply only to itinerant aircraft. The rate will be $3 per 1,000 pounds of max landing weight. The fees will apply for touch and goes as well as full-stop operations. The city-owned airport says the revenue generated from the fees will be applied towards offsetting what it calls the skyrocketing cost of maintaining the airport. Aircraft based at the airport who make a contribution to airport revenues via tie-downs, parking, hangar rent, and ground leases will be exempt. Visiting pilots who patronize airport businesses will also be exempt. A number of pilots responded to the Facebook post announcing the plan, urging owners and local pilots to attend the meeting and voice their opinions. One post in the Pilots of Florida group mentioned that the city will use VerTower to track aircraft tail numbers on the ground and in the air. There are significant complaints with VerTower, which collects extensive info about subject flights and has been used to augment noise complaints against GA operations, among other issues. ANN is investigating. More info to follow. After the break, Coast Guard approves Regent for sea glider testing.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Flying is my entire life. It's all that I've ever known. I've relied on Hartzell propellers since about 1995. Hartzell means much more than a propeller. It's a relationship. When you hear the phrase built on honor, they care about us as pilots, they care about our community, and they care about the product they build. It's such a proud honor to fly behind that propeller.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Coast Guard approves Regent for sea glider testing. Regent Craft announced that the U.S. Coast Guard has approved its navigation safety risk assessment. The approval means the Rhode Island-based company is now authorized to begin testing its full-scale prototype. Sea gliders are all-electric hydrofoiling wing and ground craft that operate over water in ground effect within one wingspan of the surface. U.S. law defines such craft as maritime vessels regulated by the U.S. Coast Guard with technical support from the FAA. CEO of CAF steps down. Henry Hank Coates recently confirmed that he is stepping down from his position as CEO and president of the Commemorative Air Force. This follows 6 years of leadership. Quote, "It's time for me to move on, hand over the reins, and enjoy watching the CAF from the sidelines," end quote. The Commemorative Air Force works to preserve American military aviation history through warbird education, restoration, flights, and exhibits. The organization owns and operates 170 vintage military aircraft with over 12,000 CAF members in 80 U.S. and foreign unit locations. Ukrainian fighter pilot killed in combat, F-16 downed. A Ukrainian Air Force F-16 pilot was killed in combat. Ukraine's military announced later that it occurred during a Russian missile and drone attack. Oleksiy Moonfish Mez was reportedly one of Ukraine's most skilled fighter pilots, and one of the first Ukrainian aviators to be trained in the F-16. The Ukrainian Air Force reported that Moonfish shot down 3 cruise missiles and 1 drone during his final mission. His memorial was held in Ukraine on August 29th. WAI 2025 scholarship applications now open. Women in Aviation International recently opened their 2025 scholarship program. It has 59 total scholarships funded by 41 different supporters. The application deadline is October 11th. WAI opened their scholarship program in 1995 and has given over $16.4 million as of August 2023. They serve a variety of aviation career focuses, including flight training, engineering, maintenance, dispatch, and general advancement. This year, 2 additional scholarships were introduced for aerospace engineering and flight training. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. ANN is on its way to the Midwest Sport Aviation Expo. The ANN crew is on the way to one of our favorite sport aviation events. The 16th Annual Midwest Aviation Expo is on target for September 5th through 7th at the idyllic Vernon Outland Airport in Mount Vernon, Illinois. The Midwest Aviation Expo was specifically organized to aid in educating and selling light sport aircraft and LSA-related services. The airport is a very impressive locale for this operation, boasting lots of runway, excellent facilities, and an outstanding airport restaurant. The event is laid back and dedicated to folks getting up close and personal with the aircraft they're interested in, without all the fuss associated with much larger events. The event is under the expert guidance of airport boss Chris Collins, who has managed to keep this event a popular, if not powerful, sport aviation event, and foremost, a safe one. The ANN crew will be there to cover the people, products, and planes on site, and ANN's Jim Campbell is making an appearance so as to conduct interviews and test flights of some of the more promising aircraft. Those interested in having their aircraft or products expertly evaluated are advised to shoot us an email at jim@aero-news.net. After these messages, NASA finalizes cuts from upcoming SpaceX Crew-9 mission.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged 4-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. NASA finalizes cuts from upcoming SpaceX Crew-9 mission. NASA recently announced that astronauts Zena, Cardman, and Stephanie Wilson are being booted from the upcoming SpaceX Crew-9 mission. Their seats will eventually be filled by the previous Starliner astronauts who are currently stuck on the space station. NASA Chief Astronaut Joe Acaba said, quote, "While we've changed crew before for a variety of reasons, downsizing crew for this flight was another tough decision to adjust to given that the crew has trained as a crew of 4, end quote. NASA's Nick Hague and Roscosmos's Alexander Gorbanov will be the 2 remaining astronauts on board the SpaceX Dragon, with Hague as the commander. They are expected to launch on or after Tuesday, September 24th and return February 2025. Cardman and Wilson, the 2 dumped from the Crew-9, may be reassigned to a future mission. In the meantime, they will continue to assist their previous crewmates before launch. NASA reported that they will share reassignment details as they come. Crew downsizing was required in light of the Boeing Starliner preparing to return home uncrewed, leaving NASA's Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams on the space station. The pair could not remain on the Starliner due to safety concerns, and will instead take up the 2 empty Dragon seats for the ride back. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.